Thank you, Mr. Ford. Thank you for going over the products and the opportunity of the business. Now, this young lady, when I first met her, when we was invited to meet the founders of Lovebiome in Utah, and we was at the airport, so that's when I first met her, and we just hit it off straight away. My spirit just took to her straight away. She's someone that's got such a calm nature, so relaxed and so cool, just goes with the flow. She's someone that loves to help people. She's always been there for me. You know, anytime I've needed someone to talk on the medical side to people that's got medical conditions, she's always been there. No hesitation. So I'd like to introduce Remy Hadassah. She is a naturopathic nutritional therapist. So Remy, are you there? And Mr. Ford, are you there?
I'm here. Thank you so much. That's amazing. I couldn't stop smiling.
Well, I'm going to butt right in and just say everything that Sophia said, I completely and utterly agree with. But like I said, I'm going to speak with you first, and then I'm going to blow your horn afterwards, because I believe you're just an amazing individual. But so I'm going to get straight down to it. So listeners, listening really, really carefully. I'm going to ask Remy a few questions and just let her share with you, what she wants to share. So the first question I'm going to have for Remy is essentially, thrilled to have you here, by the way. What is it that you do? What do you actually do?
Thank you, Mr. Ford. Well, I'm a certified naturopathic nutritional therapist and a health coach, but I'm also presently working with a large private organization in the health and wellness industry.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, okay. I respect the fact that you won't say the name of the company. I totally understand that. Okay. All right. So not only are you qualified, but you also actually work in the space proactively with a very large organization. Okay. So what was it that attracted you to Lovebiome and the Lovebiome products?
Okay. To be honest, I think it was when Lovebiome launched in the UK, and when I saw the meeting details, it was the word microbiome that sort of hit me, because as a health coach, my niche was in the gut health and hormonal imbalances area. Those were the two areas that I kind of focused on. So it wasn't really common to see the word microbiome, flying around. So as soon as I saw that, I'm thinking, okay, this is right up my street. Let me actually go on this call and see exactly what it's about. And then when I heard the presentation, I was just blown away, because of like, oh my goodness, didn't realize we had an organization that was actually doing this targeted, probiotics, prebiotics, and digestive enzymes. So that was what drew me in. And then obviously I started taking the product myself, because as a therapist, I do look after myself. And I have access to different brands. Brands do tend to quote therapists or practitioners, just so you can push their products to your clients. And so for myself, I take supplements and all that. I thought, okay, let me try this out, and not just trying, but actually using it. I do have my own testimonials, which we can come to later on. So that pretty much got me. Yes, and then I'm still here.
No, awesome. So in terms of just being slightly biased, obviously I know you went out, because we went out together to meet the founders and so on, and to go to Utah. Briefly, just describe for you, what was that experience like, and what did you take away from literally going to meet the founders in Utah?
Okay. One, I that experience I would treasure, because it's not often that have an opportunity to meet with the founders, the visionaries, people behind a product like this. And really, there's nothing like Lovebiome in the market, to be honest. I'm not just being biased. So being in the presence of the founders and hearing their hearts, the vision, and seeing that it's not just about the money side of it, but the genuine vision and concern they had or they have for people and the impact that they're making, that really got me, to see the raw emotions. Sometimes people can perform and they just say things, but when you actually see it, I was looking for something that was real, something
Mm,
that would really impact people's lives. And I could see from just sitting and speaking with these people that yes, this is the right place to be. And like I said, obviously experiencing the product myself also, so that was a great opportunity and an experience that, like I said, I would treasure. And I learned quite a bit because we sat down and bit of education on the product and how things are done. So that
mm.
that was really great.
No, definitely, 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 and yeah, not to add too much to what you said, but I definitely remember feeling the same way, and the whole conversation on the gut microbiome, probiotics, prebiotics, postbiotics. My brain, I felt like my brain was being fried with new information, but somehow I just kind of like understood, like you say, you can feel their heart, you can feel their passion. The vision was very, very clear, the
Hmm.
motives behind what they were doing was very, very clear, and I think it's fair to say that we all left feeling very, very happy that we'd met them, and that the direction of travel for the company in terms of targeted probiotics was also very, very exciting as well. Having the ability to create products that's going to have different applications, like for children, for women, fertility, and so on. As potential um, product development paths. Very, very exciting. Um,
Definitely.
so as a naturopathic nutritional therapist, and basically having been on the products yourself, and also you've had clients using your products, what type of feedback have you been getting personally and/or with your clients? What
Oh,
sort of feedback have you been
quite a bit here. I, if you don't mind, I'll start with mine. Now, since 2015, I've had severe headaches and eye aches, and it's just something that I had to live with because I couldn't really do much about it. And getting on the Love Biome, it was the daily three. I started with the daily three, and then included the Phytopower B. Honestly, the headaches and the eye aches, even up till now, it was just extraordinary the way it cleared the headaches and the eye aches. I'm still in awe even as I'm speaking right now. To live with something as debilitating as severe headaches and eye aches. So that was my first, and I didn't have to wait for long before I started seeing the results. Also cravings. I mean, I do love. I'm a snacker. Call myself a snacker. I love chocolates and all, but it just cut off the craving. And sometimes I stand in front of my cupboards or the fridge I'm opening, and my belly's like, I don't want anything. I can hear the microbes talking back to my brain. We don't want anything. It's just amazing. That's for me personally. Joint pain as well, my knees. But for clients, I mean, great improvement. I had one person who she was going to get married and had some issues with her skin, and she had gluten and dairy food intolerance. So she went on the daily three, the Phyto B, and the body souffle. And within the first month, her skin started to, she felt the smoothness, and she was able to actually start reintroducing gluten again, which was quite a, because she had had the issues for quite a few years. And then another person, severe stomach pain and other gastrointestinal issues, so bloating, constipation, They also were on the daily 3, and this particular person is actually looking to include the Phyto B as well. Now, with when the Phyto Extreme was introduced and next hydration, obviously people who are quite athletic, so a couple of guys who are gym buffs, and their athletic performance, they noticed that things the improvement was really great. They had more stamina, just from using the X and the hydration. This other lady is a friend of mine who came on board now. She saw great improvement in menopausal symptoms. She had swelling on her feet, and that one as well. I can go on. I mean, there's somebody with autoimmune condition who'd been on the daily 3, the B, and the energy, and she's just seen great improvement in, for her energy, certain things she wouldn't normally be able to do, but since being on the product. So it's just been amazing. The testimonials keep coming in, deep sleep, people who had issues. Even with myself, I'm a light sleeper, always have been. But when I started, one of the things I noticed quickly from the onset was that my sleep, got deeper. My children would say I'm a night owl. So mom is an owl, but I sleep deeper now. Certain things I would normally hear, I wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh, I didn't hear you come in. So yeah, and in different aspects. But these are just a few of the testimonials that have come in from people, clients, and also from myself.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. I have to say, I mean, I remember distinctly when we were in Utah. We
Mm,
didn't have the Phyto Power X at the time; it was a Phyto Power E,
yeah,
and you literally put the sachet into 500 mils plastic bottle at the time,
that's
and
right.
and you literally you were surprised. I remember you
Yeah,
being so surprised.
because I had a headache from traveling from London all the way to Utah and
Yeah.
not sleeping well. So the headaches. I mean, I sat there. But by the time the water finished, I'm
Mm.
like, oh my goodness, there's no headache. I had to say something. I was instantaneous.
Well, I have to say that definitely had an impact on me because I am a results driven person, right? And so to know that live, in the flesh, there was an
Mm,
impact from somebody that we trust. It's like yeah, that was like a double, triple affirmation for me.
that's right.
On top of the fact that you were pretty confident about the products before we even went to Utah, so that's been amazing. Um, Now, I know I've covered, quite a bit in the front half of the presentation, but in your own words, and feel free to take as long as you want on any of this, is why are the products working for such a wide range of people and conditions? Why are the Love Biome products working for such a wide range of people and conditions?
I, I believe, firstly, these are pure bioavailable food products. So it's not like your normal supplements that have other stuff added. The food product as nature intended, free from chemicals and artificial ingredients. So it's easy for the body to recognize and work with. When you give the body what it recognizes as food, then the body has no problem. The body was designed to have real food, and the Love Biome products are they're real food products. Okay, so I think that firstly, and it's bioavailable in the sense that it does what it's meant to do. You absorb what you take. Some supplements you take them, but you be absorbing maybe, I don't know, there's a few 10% or 5% of potential 90 or 100%. But with this product, it's fully bioavailable. And secondly, the microbiome, you've rightly stated during the presentation, is the center of health. And I'd like to say that the microbiome is no respecter of persons. So pretty much requires the same support for everyone across board, whether you're young, you're old, middle age, it doesn't matter. The foundation is the same. And the Love Biome product, you know, target this very foundation. So it doesn't matter who you are or how old you are, because it's relatively, it's pretty much the same, requires the same thing. So when a product like this that targets this center of health, the microbiome, it's the same for everyone. Well, for some people more than others, depending on whether or not people have ever um, made the effort to look after their microbiome. So for somebody, for instance, who've never done any kind of support, obviously, they require more.
Mm.
But generally, it's the same across board. It's the same sort of support that a toddler or a teenager or a young adult or an elderly person requires, as far as the microbiome goes, that level within the human system. I believe those are two major reasons why, as your question says, it's working such a wide range of people and conditions. Conditions in the sense, I mean, at the beginning, I love the graphic that you used. The the microbiome in the center and how it links to the different systems of the body. And when you're looking after this core, which is the microbiome, this center, then you're in effect reaching the other bits as well. In medicine, normally we compartmentalize. Okay, you have a headache, they're dealing with just the headache in isolation. But when
Mm.
you bring it back to this, it's looking as you as a whole person. It's a holistic medicine. It's looking, everything is interconnected. So because of that interconnectivity, looking after the microbiome obviously greatly impacts the other aspects of our human system. So
Mm.
these are the two major reasons that I believe is making the product work
Yeah.
across board.
Wow. Wow. I love that comment. The microbiome is no respecter of person. I love that. No respecter of persons. Doesn't matter who you are, where you come from, what
Yeah.
age group, what ethnicity. Um,
Mhm.
yeah. And like we said, that the microbiome sits at the center of human health and wellness. Didn't say mine or yours. Human health and wellness. Um, I love the idea of bioavailability. Having the ability to, I guess, have something immediately be absorbed into the body, immediately available to the body to use and to, take advantage of, which is really, really powerful. And I think we also see that or feel that in particular with the Phyto Power X. I know I do anyway.
Mhm.
Um,
Definitely.
you know, and then again, like you said, it recognizes the products as food, because essentially that's what we have in the products is food, grounded up, freeze dried, whatever,
Mhm.
formulated uniquely. Each of the products happens to have a sort of a unique blend and balance that the company have as proprietary. So again, not available anywhere else. And the science that goes behind it, the microbiologists that work to develop these things have done a lot of work to produce these amazing products, which is fantastic. So to hear someone of your background and credibility, etc., be happy with them, that speaks volumes to me. Um, I'm going to ask a cheeky question. And again, feel free to go in whichever direction you choose. But we have a number of products that are just delivering some amazing results. Um, do you have a favorite, and do you have one that you'd like to share some more information on? I know I'm putting you on the spot a little bit, but is there, and I've got slides to help, no problem. So, any product you think would be, you know, something to have a little bit more of a conversation on, feel free. But I may even ask Sophia the same question as well, actually. But yeah, do you have a favorite product?
Yes, I do. I do. I mean, I've used all of them, and I've used them quite, I mean, really well, not just okay, dabble in and out.
Mm.
And I know that the Phyto Regional is the full spectrum foundational, and there's nothing like it, obviously. But my one staple that I'm never without, I make sure I don't run out of, is the Phyto B. I love the carb, the sugar, the sugar plug. um, I love the Phyto B. You know, it says block the sugar, protect the gut,
Mm,
and sugar wreaks havoc in ways that people can't even begin to imagine.
mm,
And from my personal experience, I mean, I use the daily three, so the Phyto original.
mm,
But with the B, I mean, I had issues with bloating, and a lot of issues you have, you know, in the gastrointestinal issues do stem from havoc that sugar is causing. So I love the taste. Um, I mean, I'm happy with the taste of all the others as well. I love the taste. I just love how my body reacts when I use the Phyto B. So for me, it's besides sugar is something everyone should be looking to block. In
mm,
all honesty, just the fact that sugar is at the root cause of a lot of health issues, inflammation, everything.
mm,
So for me, even though, like I say, the Phyto original is amazing, all of them, but I just love the bee. So,
mm. That's interesting. I'm gonna just throw some quotes that I've learned since being associated with Love Biome. You know, I've heard basically, you know, too much sugar in the blood, diabetes. I can definitely understand that. That's easy. You know, too
yeah,
much sugar in the eyes is glaucoma. Too much
yeah.
sugar in an adult's brain is dementia. Too much sugar in a child's brain is ADHD.
Mhm.
It's like there's this long list of harmful stuff that this highly addictive
That,
substance does.
yeah,
And I'll be honest with you, you know, to me, it should be labeled as a legalized drug. Um,
definitely.
you know, because again, my understanding, you know, before I go into Love Biome as well, is that sugar in itself stimulates the pleasure center in the hypothalamus or some part of your brain.
That's right.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's the same as an addictive response to like cocaine.
Cocaine, yes, that's right.
So it's no surprise to me that individuals get addicted to sugar, and it's no surprise to me that when I go to my confectionery or my sweet shop or whatever, and you just look,
Mhm.
when I look at the shelves now, all I see is either sugar or salt. That's how my
That,
brain now just sees it. so so yeah, I mean, I personally believe that every family should have Phytopower be available to them. Before their meals, or you know, before they decide to indulge. And I think the thing that I like about what we're doing, this is my personal thing. I know individuals that are specifically focused on, you know, diabetes and specifically focused on reducing sugar in the diet and so on and so forth. There are approximately, as far as I understand, 262 ways to describe sugar and have it as ingredients in food.
mm, a
Um,
hidden. Yeah.
they're hidden.
Yeah.
So when we're eating things that we think are innocent, or even using things as innocent as toothpaste, um, it can have sugar in it.
That's right.
So having the firepower B is like saying, right, okay, I'm going to protect myself regardless without having a dramatic change of lifestyle. Yes, a change of lifestyle is always going to be a positive plus, but
Mm-hmm.
not everybody starts out with the discipline or the desire to do that. So this is
That's
almost
right.
like a cheat code. It's like a
Yes.
cheat code to say, right, do you know what? Okay, all right, I'm enjoying sugar, but at least not allow it to have such a bad effect to my body. And I'll get to
Hmm.
a point where, you know, my healthy microbiome will naturally get me to a point where I reduce my sugar cravings, which is something that you said, right? It reduces your sugar
Exactly.
cravings. Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah. Speak to some of these ingredients if you don't mind. I mean, proven sugar and carb blockers. Some wonderful things here, which I've never heard of apart from white kidney bean before. Is there anything here that you could, I don't know, share some light on, that you know to be really good independently?
I mean, chromium is something. I mean, just reminds me of my when I was studying.
Mhm.
When you're looking at, we're talking about diabetes and ingredients and things that helps in managing sugar, the insulin and all. There's a chromium. I'm just going to read it out from here. There's a form of chromium commonly found in dietary supplements, and it's effective at improving the body's response to insulin. So anything that would help to manage that insulin response, to lower the blood sugar. So chromium is one thing that, in terms of looking at the ingredients within the sugar block, because the sugar block obviously doesn't have probiotics, but it has the sugar block ingredients to help to manage the insulin in our blood. So chromium is one of the ingredients that really got to me when I was reading through this.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's interesting as well, because there's a gentleman that recently became, part of the team, um, and he's a well-established naturopathic doctor, and yeah, the chromium was what he saw as well. The chromium picolinate, he kind of like drew that out as a major thing that he knows works in regards to sugar blocking. Brilliant product this is. I have to
Yeah.
say, we have personal friends that have reverse diabetes as a result of being disciplined and having this 15 minutes to 30 minutes before their meals.
Mm.
And for me, as a sort of, I don't know, I got an engineering brain because I studied telecommunications engineering. So there is a logical part of me that basically loves the way that this operates. Tell the body, don't break down certain, starches and carbohydrates. Just allow
Yeah.
that to be flushed out the system, and to
Yeah.
bypass breaking down the starch and the carbohydrates into quote unquote glucose/sugar.
That's
Um,
it.
that may or may not be required by the body at that particular time. I think it's amazing.
Mm.
Um, I think it's absolutely amazing. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. Just in case we got any questions, I'm going to ask you the final question for you for today. And I think I'm going to put it out there now. I'm sure Sophia and I are going to ask you to come back and we focus maybe on one other product or whatever to get your opinion on those. But any final words to our listeners? Any final words to the listeners of 246 BeijingVibes.com?
Okay. Um, I mean, obviously, we've talked about sugar, but it's one thing. I say sugar is a great culprit in many health issues, and it's known to disrupt the microbiome. So, a decision to take better care of your microbiome today will definitely yield great dividends. I know we can't say certain, we can't use words like cure and all that as naturopaths, but one thing I'm confident in saying is that when you make a decision today to take better care of your microbiome, it will yield great dividends for you now and in the future. See, the Lovebiome products are clinically proven, and they're targeting the microbiome like no other product in the market today, with great results, I might add. So it's time to take back responsibility for your overall well-being. Nobody's going to do that for you, and there's only so much that allopathic medicine can do. It's harnessing the power of nutrition in achieving optimum health and wellness. And the Love Biome product is pure nutrition. The 2025 is just beginning. So I want people to imagine what your life would look like come December 2025, or even in 6 months' time, if you do make that decision right now and today. We have a tendency to procrastinate and feel, oh, I can do it tomorrow. But health really and truly is wealth. Could be pursuing businesses or whatever, but if your health is suffering, then really, what impact really are you going to have? So it goes hand in hand. One, you can't have one without the other. So health is wealth, and taking back control of your well-being today will in effect ensure your your I don't know if I can use the word journey or your quest for wealth as well, because then you're vibrant, you have more energy, your mental focus, and you're better placed in even recognizing opportunities that come your way and able to run with your vision. As this year is beginning, this is the best time. There's no time like now. So I'm just encouraging everyone. Doesn't matter. Sometimes people they've tried so many things, especially when it comes to maybe weight management, and people feel I've tried everything. Nothing is working.
Mm.
So I just want to encourage people. Okay, don't give up. Just get up, pick yourself up, and try not to use the word try. I know I've used the word try often. I'm sorry, but don't because you're trying. Just do it. Just do it. Do it, and you see the benefit.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Well, Remy, I could listen to you all day long, all night long. Yeah, really, really want to say thank you for accepting the invitation from Sophia Johnson to be with us. Hopefully, we can invite you back to another show and focus on, another of your favorite products and the benefits that individuals are getting from that. I want to say personally, thank you very much for adding to my bank of knowledge, especially when it came to input into the product packages that we could put together that can help individuals. I've been on the end of a phone call with someone with cancer, for example, and being able to, suggest Daily 3 and the Phytopower B and the Phytopower I as part of a cancer support pack, and all these types of things that you contributed to helping us to be able to put together. So publicly, I just want to say thank you so much for adding to the richness of the Health Capital Group and my knowledge and Sophia Johnson's knowledge. And just want to say, thank you very much for your time, and look forward to having you back on the show again.
And thank you. I've thoroughly enjoyed myself. Thank you for having me. I look forward to coming back. And
Awesome.
it's really great working with you and the team. It's amazing.
Awesome. Well, Miss Johnson, I'm going to hand back to you. And if there are any things that we need to take care of, then we'll
Are
do
you going
that.
to ask me the question about the products then?
Miss Johnson. What is your favorite product, and what have you experienced with the product? I do apologize. I just got so carried away with Remy.
Well, do you know what? Honestly, it's so hard because I love all the products. I used to take all the products, but now I've stopped taking the T, which is the thermogenic, which is the fat burner, and the W, which is the weight management, because I've just got to that comfortable size, and like gotten rid of that stubborn fat in my stomach. So I'm really happy with that. So they're the only two products that I don't take now, but I take all the products. It's quite hard because I love the sugar blocker as well. And I just love the taste of it, the cherry limeade flavor. It's like taking a juice. It's just brilliant. And knowing what it does, I mean, I don't feel what it does, but I know it's doing something major in my system with the sugar. Definitely stop the cravings. Now I'm someone that used to love fresh cream cakes. If you upset me and you gave me a fresh cream cake, I was your friend again.
That easy, huh?
It was that easy, yeah. That's how much I love fresh cream cake. But I can't go without the Daily 3. That is a must for me. I think I'd be lost without the Daily 3, because that is the 40 fruit and veg, and I know that it's working on my gut and putting everything the way it needs to and giving me that optimal health. So that is a must for me. The immune system, I wasn't well the other day, and I know if it wasn't for those products, I would have been a lot worse. But I saturated myself with the eye, and I was able to get through that. But I think what sort of hits it for me as a favorite, I don't take it every day, but when I go to the gym, it's all about the extreme energy, the X. It's like you say, the stamina. I feel like Superwoman when I'm in the gym. It gives me this energy that, you know, when you're younger and you was full of energy and you was full of life and you was just happy and just, you didn't care about anything. It's that kind of feel. It's you take it, you don't even know that it's even happening to you, and you're just like, wow, I just feel good. And one of the things I do notice when I take it is I chat a lot. Oh my
God. I guess you gotta use energy somewhere.
Seriously, it's brilliant. Honestly, it's amazing. I love it, love it, love it, love it. And that, because that's got the pineapple and passion fruit flavor as well. They just taste great. I just love all of them. But that tips it for me, the X.
Awesome. Well, I must admit, the X is, I call it, it's a bad boy. It's a bad boy. It really is. And
which one's your favorites?
Oh, do you know what? That is a really hard one for me. I have this psychological affinity to the O and the I. I start my day pretty much every day with the O and the I. I feel like if I attend to my microbiome and I keep my immune system boosted, that makes me feel like I'm walking around with an Iron Man suit, my Superman cape. And then when I add the X, when I add the B, when I add anything else, it's like, don't even get in my way. Don't even get in my way. So I do like to start my day off with the O and the I. But I genuinely love all the products. I do love all the products because they are delivering great benefits, not just for me, but for my family, but also for the wider community that I'm a part of, my friends and you know, individuals like yourself and Remy. And so if I had to say what is my favorite, psychologically, it's the Phytopower Immune. It's that is psychologically my favorite, but in terms of actual results, that Phytopower X is a bad boy. It's a bad boy.
Yes, it is. I hear that.
Oh, dude.
Well, thank you for that, because it has brought us to the end of the show. Anything before I close off, Mr. Ford?
No, I am good. I just realized it's 10 o'clock, and just want to say thanks to everyone for tuning in and listening. Hopefully you've had some value. I know I definitely have, and we look forward to being back again next week and so on. No comments for me. Just if there is one, it's let's manifest magic for ourselves and our families in 2025. Let's not shy away from health. And let's also not shy away from wealth. Money is great if we can basically channel it in the right ways and make sure that we don't change as individuals when we start to achieve it in larger numbers. So that will be my parting words for today. Thank you.
Thank you for that. Well, Mr. Ford, once again, another powerful and informative show. Learned loads, not just from you this time, but from Remy. Thank you so much, Remy Adassa, for a great conversation and for sharing your phenomenal testimony and testimonies. A huge thank you to all our listeners for tuning in and being part of this exciting journey, because without you, we do not have a show. And remember, you still can reach out to us if you're interested in learning more or have any questions. Just contact us on +44 7956 847 290, or get back to the person who invited you. So until then, stay blessed, stay safe, stay inspired, and keep the spirit alive. This is Sophie Johnson from the Health Capital Group, wishing you all a happy new year, and I pray that 2005 holds new and great things for you all, prosperity, health and wealth, and what your heart desires. See you soon.